I think after about 3 months of my sessions with Mark, I kind of realized that I think I'm just ready to go and get a job and just move on and start, you know, building a future. Hi there, my name's George. I'm currently a student at Goldsmiths, University of London. Uh, However, if you had said to me 3 years ago that I would be a student at university, I probably would have thought you were crazy because the way things were looking 3 years ago were just not how they are today. I've been out of work and school for about 6, 7, 8, 9 months. I'm not even sure. It was all merged into one. When I was about 15, 16, I went through quite a great deal of turmoil at home. Uh, Basically, this was reflected in school, and everything sort of went wrong for me. Not knowing what to do with myself and just, navel gazing and self pitying myself. Uh, you know, I'd obviously had like a few issues with alcohol, and I was receiving treatment from NHS charity services who come in and try and help young people who have problems with things like just depression, and if you have an alcohol problem, or some people have drug problems, I got some free counselling for them. I was forced to leave school. It was just there was nothing left for me to do apart from just kick about and go to the pub with my mates. I mean, it sounds like a great thing, but it really isn't when that's all you've got going on in your life. To me, I did not see any way of my life progressing forward in a positive way. I just saw a continuous downward spiral into the depths of, you know, middle-aged poverty, and I just didn't want that. I wanted to, you know, be with all my friends who were, going on and doing things with their life, going to university. So I thought, well, there's no chance of me going to university, so I'll get a job. I did, and it just didn't go well. I packed it in after 2 months. Couldn't be asked, to be honest. So all I cared about was just going, having a few drinks, and just, trying to drown my sorrows, if you like. Honestly, I cannot thank Mark enough for helping me out in that. And if I had to suggest to anyone, if someone came to me and said, "Would you recommend Mark's work?" I would say you're an idiot not to do it if you're having problems. I was very skeptical about going. I'd seen person psychoanalyzing you and trying to pick you apart, and I just had a really, really negative view on going along. It just felt like we were having a friendly conversation at first, to be honest. And then I started to pick up on some of the methods that he was using, and I was discussing them with him, and I started to spark this interest. I was like, wow, this is really interesting. And I think for me, this was one of the reasons why, it worked so well. If you speak to anyone who knows me nowadays, they will think of me as this high functioning person who can, you know, hold down a full time job and go to university whilst also, you know, going out and socializing with people in the evenings. I mean, I barely sleep these days. I'm so busy, but I've got this motivation to go forward, and you know, as someone who's always suffered from concentration problems at school, and someone who's always been a bit hyperactive and doesn't like never really been able to just get my head down and just get stuck in and do work. I found that with Mark's help, in terms of the way he tries to redirect that energy inside you to something positive, I find that I'm almost unstoppable when it comes down to it. Once you know how to just direct that energy.